On the 7th day of Hey Jay, I played a game called Inscryption by Devolver Digital, and this game changes everything you might think about card games.
Hey Jay review.
Welcome back, Classic Crew. I'm not even sure how I'm going to tackle this first impression because Inscryption is a game that just changes everything and mashes genres together in ways I've never seen before. And I've seen some people call this their game of the year, and I understand why, because if you're going into this game with a concept of what a video game should be, this game changes everything, and it makes you, as the player, go, what? And I don't know how to talk about this without spoiling it too much, because there is something that happens in this game that I did not know would happen, and I didn't even know that there was something that would happen, and that's what made me go, what? I need to play this more. So there's okay, so if I've already piqued your curiosity, it's a puzzle, but mostly card game, but it's not like a insane card game like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone. Like, you don't need that level of skill necessarily to play. It's a little bit easier on the card game scale. And it has a roguelike element where you have to play through, learn things, and eventually get a good run that lets you go all the way. So if that piques your interest, I highly recommend you stop this video and you just go play the game. Otherwise, for those of you who have played it, this is a game that I would have been completely content having played kind of the base game, which is you are in a weird cabin, you're playing with these weird creepy eyes, and you're just kind of progressing, grabbing cards and trying to conquer bosses, and then they kill you, and then you kind of go back with a special card, try to rebuild a new deck, and off you go. And then there's, I mean, just the card mechanic is interesting enough, but what really kept me going is the whole mystery of who are these eyes? What else is in the cabin? What are these puzzles we can solve? And I don't know if you're intended to beat it in about 2 or 3 like playthroughs, but when I finally made it through all the bosses in the base game, I was like, oh my god, I finally completed a roguelike. I've never made it through a whole roguelike ever. This will be my first. And then the game got super weird, which is what made me... It was at the end of my stream, so I was at about 4 hours in. And it was such a weird feeling to feel like I had achieved victory only to be sent back to the beginning. So once you actually make it to the end, you learn that you are playing a computer game that has a card game. And because you made it where you made it, you uncorrupted the game to allow a new game. This is so meta to talk about. It's so weird. So when you start the game for the first time, you can't pick new game. You can only pick continue, which is part of the overarching story. And then when you actually complete like the first journey, then you can pick new game, which opens it up and says, oh, there are like 4 masters of cards or something. And then you're playing an entirely different game with an overview, like an overworld map. At least that's the one I picked, I think. So there's like 4 different deck types and 4 completely different card games within a card game. I don't know what the other 2 are. This game has piqued my curiosity so much. It's just a game I have to keep going. And I feel it's so on par with what Devolver Digital usually offers with their games. They tend to have really weird and out of the box thinking type games. And this is what Inscryption represents. And I can't tell you anything about where this is going, where this story is going, what the story is, because I don't know anything about it. Like you finish the game. Well, you get through the first mini game, I guess you call it. I don't even know what to call it. And then you get these video clips of a real world human talking about Inscryption, the card game, and then he's digging stuff, finds the disc of the game you're playing, and it's just so meta. It's hard for me to talk about the game because it's confusing. So this isn't a great game to like talk about or to journal. It's just, I think, a really great game to play and share the experience with someone else who's played it, because it's just so out there, so weird, and so out of the box thinking. I'm not going to keep rambling because this game just has blown my mind so much. And I would have been really like proud to come here and talk about how I ended the game and like killed the boss, because I had all the boons. I had like this stacked deck, and at the end I was able to like draw 2 cards, but go through my deck, pick the cards. Like I had such an OP hand, and I thought I had like kind of found a secret to like really like beating the game and making it super easy, but it's just such a small part of the game. I can't even be proud of that anymore because I don't know what the rest of the game has to offer. So wild game, just completely messed with my mind, and it's just a game I'm gonna have to keep playing to see where this goes, what's gonna happen. This is a game I will probably not play on stream. This is a game I want to complete in 2022, and once I have it all finished, then I can talk about it. Otherwise, yeah, so another one to add to the 2022 backlog. So thank you for recommending this. This is one I will be playing in 2022, and I will see you on the next video or the next stream. And until next time, keep it classy. Do 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 do. Subscribe.